Thought I could count on you. I thought we had a deal. I gave you all I had. Put you in front of friends. It was me and you. For it was one of them. I introduced you to them. I should have seen it then. It was never about me. It's what I could do for you. What you could get about me. Who I could introduce you to. I knew the truth. Still there was nothing I would do for you. A fool for you. You break my legs. Still jump through hoops for you. I thought we had a deal. 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 It's hard to let you go when I'm still holding on. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, should be moving on. This shit is stupid hard, and I ain't ready for it. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, I ain't ready for it. They weren't there for it, no, they weren't there, were they? They weren't there when she despaired to have her prayers working. She wanted to die daily, and I was 9 maybe. I'm on the couch with mom, talking about don't cry, baby. We'll be alright, baby. Yeah, we gon' make it through. I'm scared to death inside, but I know I can't let it through. I ain't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. You gave me hope when there was none. I owe my life to you. I thought we had a deal.
Leave me not ready to let you go. Let you go. I'm begging, don't leave me. Take anything you want, everything if you want it.
You gave my life purpose before it had any. You gave me courage when I didn't have any. We were the best of friends before I had any. I gave you all I had. You turned your back to me. You set a trap for me. I never seen it coming. You had me blind to if I didn't want to feel you numb it. You left my life a wreck, and I hate you for it. I'm still in love with you, and I hate you for it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to St. John Live. My name is Mike St. John. I am in long-term recovery. My sobriety date's June the 1st, 2016. Only by the grace of God, I'm here able to do this. Welcome. I'm back. Remember, if you're not watching live up here, it's not live. It's a replay. If that red shining, we on live. But yeah, grateful to be here, man. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I love Monday nights. How are you all doing? Let us know how you're doing in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Post your sobriety clean dates. You know the drill. If you're out there struggling, there's help available. I'm going to give some shout outs to my page sponsors here. One Stop Phone Shop out of London, Kentucky, 606-657-2750. Josh Maxey, Darrell Hudson. Any of your electronic needs, iPhone, Android, iPad, laptop, whatever, they're the man to get you hooked up with, cheap prices. Also, Adam Larkin with GetLive.com. Check him out on the website. Got some awesome recovery apparel. He's doing some big things down in London, Kentucky. Adam Larkin, GetLive.com. Post your sobriety clean dates, like I said. If you're out there struggling, drugs, alcohol, womenism, stealingism, robbinism, manipulism, whatever, we have male and female beds available today. Hit me up, 859-300-1503. I will point you in the right directions. It's just amazing, man. Shout out to Protea Behavior and Health Counseling. As you see my backdrop behind here, they're doing some amazing things in Kentucky and the surrounding states. Awesome group of people. Got the hearts to love people. And it's just amazing to be a part of Protea. As you know, that's my position, man. Outreach coordinator to anybody struggling, man. Call me, 859-300-1503. You do not have to struggle anymore. You do not have to live in the hell you're living in. Once you get that devil dope out of your body, you never got to feel that way again, period. Alcohol or drugs. We're going to talk about drugs tonight. We're going to talk about alcohol. We're going to talk about God, Jesus, whatever you want to talk about, man. This platform is open. That's why it's called St. John Live. My wife is the brains behind it. I'm the face. But, it's just awesome to be here. Awesome to be back. I'm going to give some shout-outs in these comments here before we get started. I'm going to give a shout-out to my hometown, Corbin in London, Kentucky, man. There's some awesome people that are all in recovery. Joshua Hatfield, Just doing amazing things, man. Living clean in Manchester, Kentucky. Jasmine's house in Richmond, Kentucky. John's Wings in Richmond, Kentucky. Listen, help is available. Shout out to Moran Addington. I can never say her name. Welcome, Jeremy Pittman from New Albany, Indiana. If y'all don't care, man, we got 50 people watching right now. Let's hit them hearts, get them hearts up. Hit this share button, man. Post it in your groups. If you got a family member struggling, man, send them in a private message. You ain't got to tag them on here, man. You know, I get it. But, you know, a good friend of mine, I'm not going to put a name on it, man. She lost her boy today from an OD, and hopefully she comes in these comments, man. I just talked to her before I went live. She lost her husband a while back. He was one of my good buddies from the Hope Center, man. And I just couldn't imagine what she's going through, man. So if you don't care, throw some prayers up for her. I'm not going to put her name on here because it's not my place to. But she's going through a lot, man. And just let her know she's not alone. Brittany Clemens watching out of Indiana. We got Rob Fields, A1 from day one. Huh? I see you, big boy. Jen Wolf, I see you. We love you. Amy Fields, we love you. Teresa Henry, Shannon Christie here from the Jack. Okay, I can't say that. Anonymity, HIPAA. Teresa Henry, Ashley Jackson from Indiana. Andrew Morrow, what up, boy? Who we got? Robert Martin from the Hope Center. Hey, Robert, I'm proud of you, bro. Annie Louise Branson from Lexington, Kentucky. Sally Devine, welcome. Who else we got in here? Lindsey Rogers, Curtis Collins, I see you from Richmond, Kentucky. Jen Wolf, I love you, Gordy. Is Gordy in here? I must have passed him up. I can't see him, huh? Who else we got? There he is, Gordy, 92117. I see you. Where'd my comments go? They're going crazy right here, huh? Work with me. Who else we got? Rob, you're crazy. Cassandra Williams, 92712. Amanda McCowan, Lake Cumberland, sobriety date 9/3. Nikki Dorsey, welcome. Cody Woodall. Kelly, I can't say that last name. Kelly May welcome. Angela Nicole Agee, welcome. I see y'all, yeah. Emily Highsclote, welcome. Bryce Warwick, welcome. John Reeder, my man. 10-9-15. Ashley Jackson from Columbus, Indiana. Yeah, shout out to we lost another Hope Center alumni, man, a.k.a. the preacher. Y'all don't care, throw some prayers up for him and his family. Yeah, Fall into Recovery. I was going to announce that this Sunday, 10:30. Somerset, Kentucky, from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We got Fall into Recovery, trunk or treat. Going to be some awesome people there. A lot of amazing speakers, awesome people. If you're out there struggling, man, show up and enjoy this in Somerset, Kentucky. Any questions, feel free to call me, 859-300-1503, and we'll get you the directions on how to get there. Robbie Morrow. Let's see. Shane Wagers out of London. Love you, man. Mark Sanford. What up, big guy? Kelly's from Indiana. Jason O'Neill. I see you from the Hope Center. Jacob Jones. I see you, bub. Olivia Broughton. Welcome. Who else we got here? Cooper Cottle. Welcome. Joe and Crystal Van out of Corbin, Kentucky. Welcome. Bradley Chadwell. I see you, boy. Yes, sir. Ashley Jackson, Susan Couch, Margaret Alsop, welcome, welcome. Javen Evans, welcome. I see a lot of purple hearts in here. Got Josh Jenkins out of Lexington, Kentucky. Alexis Hembry, help somebody. Alexis is actually helping somebody right now as we're going live. Shout out, thank you, Alexis. Karen Patton Davis, welcome. My work is awesome. Listen, I'm just a messenger. It's nothing to do with me. It's all God. I'm just a face and a voice, and the audio does match the video, huh? I hear you. Aaron Heath, I see you. Well, listen, we're going to get this thing started. This guy, my guest, man, I met him probably 4 months ago, and he's my go-to, man. Anytime I need something, a bed letter, whatever, whenever, however, unless he's asleep, I call him and he gets it done. And that's what this process is about, man. Meeting new people, becoming family. And when he answers his phone, he's on top of it. Sometimes I got to call him 2 or 3 times, but that's part of it because he's busy. He's busy, and he just left a meeting tonight. He came home and he logged in, so he's going to share his message tonight. Before we get started, we got 60 people watching. Hit that heart button, hit the like button, hit the hate button, hit whatever button you want to. Let's get that number jumped up. Let's share this out. Let's help somebody tonight. I can't do it, but we can. We together, we're unstoppable. I see you, Corey Cooper, my boy. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to bring Josh on here, man. What's going on, Josh?
What's up, brother?
Buddy, I'm glad to have you on here, man. I know you had a busy night, busy day, but listen, I don't care. It's about the message, and I'm just grateful to have you on here.
I'm grateful to be here, dude. Just a quick story real fast. Whenever I noticed you was doing these St. John lives, I was just waiting for that day, for you to message me and ask me or whatever. And I was sitting in church yesterday morning. I got that text, and I was thinking, boy, I want to cuss him so bad when I'm sitting in church.
Listen, I got to give a shout out to my wife. She's on here in a unknown user. It won't put her name on here. Marie St. John, I love you. Thank you for watching the babies. I'm in the doghouse, but guess what? I don't care. I love you. Thank you. But listen, I've been aiming to get you on here, man. And I know you've been busy, and something put it on my heart. And I sent you that message. I wasn't expecting a no, let's go, because that's my words. And he was like, let's go. And I'm like, what, really? But, I've never heard your story. And didn't you just celebrate how many years here a while back?
4th of July, said brother, 10 years.
4th of July. That's my grandma's birthday, man. That's powerful. I didn't have that wrote down, but thank you for paving the way. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for always answering the phone. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for slowing down on Red Bull.
There you go.
But yeah, it's your time to shine, man. Share your story. Tell us what it's like, what happened, what it's like today, and I'm ready to listen.
All right, man. Well, I'm Josh, and I'm an addict. And clean date, like I said, it's 4th of July, 2012. Man, it's a beautiful life today, for real. Compared to the madness that I went through in the past. Today's problems are no kind of problems that I used to have back then. Today I get aggravated, I get upset. Still today, got some good anger problems, but
No.
But it's things we still got to work on. Just because you got a little bit of clean time don't mean you're not sick.
Life shows up, don't it, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Got to have that patience, But no, starting out, man, the earliest that I can remember is when I first found out I was a people pleaser. I was about 7 years old, and that's when my mom and dad got a divorce. And when I go to mom's house, I'd tell her I want to live with her. When I go to dad's house, I'd tell him I want to live with him, and it didn't do nothing but cause chaos between them two, but I just wanted to tell them what they wanted to hear so that their minds would be, they would feel good.
Yeah.
So that's my earliest point of realizing that I worried about what people thought what people thought about me, and pleasing them to make them think better of me, I guess you would say. But time goes on. When I'm early teenage years, I experiment a little bit alcohol, a little bit of smoking, weed. And it was just a weekend thing. Me and a bunch of my buddies would go camping. We'd get crazy and, have fun. It's what it was at that time. It was fun. Never did I know that it would take over my life. Never did I know I'd wake up in the mornings with my legs cramping, having the chills, detoxing. That's later on in my story. But, I had fun in those years. I ain't going to lie. Anybody says they didn't, they're lying, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as time went on, it progressed. I started dabbing in other little things here and there. And then, next thing you know, man, it had a hold of me. It really got me. My addiction really got a hold of me when I was about 17, 18 years old, I guess you would say. That's when you could order stuff off the internet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, only thing you needed was a different email address. I bet I had 200 email addresses. You know, you could put everything else the same name, same phone number, same address, everything, but that email address had to be different.
Yeah.
And so that's where that's when it got bad. That's when it got real bad. But that was just the small stuff like lower sets and lower tabs, stuff like that. I'm from Eastern Kentucky, where all the coal mines is and everything. So I know those coal miners make good money. I quit school. I quit school when I was in 11th grade. Ended up, my plans was I'm just quit and go straight and get my GED. That was in 2000, I think. Well, my GED comes later on in life. That's another part of my story. But I start working in the coal mines, man, making really good money. And that's when it went full force. You know, Oxycontins, anything I get my hands on, man. That's when I got my first felony charges. I was 18 years old. I was a night watchman at coal mines, and I went in on some nerve medicine, man. And they needs to say on the bottle, will cause felonies.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I want to do is steal. I'd have a pocket full of money. I'd go in the dollar store and steal a stick of deodorant. I always smelled good when I was in my madness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'd always steal deodorant, cologne, and stuff like that for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, I went into work at night, blistered. Everybody went underground. I was out there by myself in the office. I went through everybody's lockers. I stole mining belts, battery lights, wallets.
You had all them flashlights, didn't you?
Yeah, man. I had to see my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get home. Don't know how I got home, but I get woke up. It was third shift job. Get woke up that evening, probably around 1 or 2, with the cops knocking on my door. The sheriff of Letcher County at the time, and started talking to me about all this stuff. And to this day, I can still tell you, I did not remember stealing this stuff. You know, he told me, he said, Josh, we know you did it. We know you did it. We got you on camera, blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, if you can come up with stuff, we'll take it a lot less on you, your sentence or whatever. So I start calling my buddies like, listen, dude, law just came to my door asking for all this stuff. Finally, like the fourth or fifth phone call, a buddy of mine said, Josh, you brought all that stuff up here to me this morning. It's up here in my living room.
No.
So I go get all the stuff. I take it back to them. I turn it in. They locked me up, I think, for like 24 hours or something like that. But we had to start going to court over it. We went to court 4, 5, 6 times. The company that I stole off of never showed up, so they dismissed the case. That was my first felony charge, and it got dismissed at 18. Time goes on. I continue doing what I'm doing. I get to about 23, 24-year-old, catch a good felony charge. Buddy of mine, my mom kicked me out for stealing meds. I went to stay with a buddy of mine. He was like a brother. I mean, we were tight, He worked out of town. He said, Josh, you're more welcome to stay at my trailer. He said, here's the keys to my truck. He said, I'll be out of town this week. You just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I took advantage of it. During my stay there, he had some things that I wanted. He had some guns that I wanted.
Yep.
And so I had a key to his front door, but I decided to bust the bathroom window out and go in so he wouldn't think it was me,
Got to cover it up. Smooth criminal, huh?
So I went in there and I stole a 30-06, a 12-gauge pump, and a bow and arrow.
Not the bow.
Yeah, the old bow. And I ended up getting caught. That's a long story too, but I ended up getting caught. And they got me for 3 counts of theft over firearms and burglary in the first degree. That's what they had me for starting out. I was looking at 35 years in prison. And after going to court and everything, I ended up on my first felony, actually getting sentenced on my first felony. I got 5 years probation. Didn't make me stop though. I still wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to have fun.
Yep.
So I did pretty good that first little bit on probation, hiding it. I done good hiding it. I knew when I had to go test and everything, I'd clean myself out. But I got caught with a DUI. They got me for DUI one night. They sent me to treatment in West Care down Pikeville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Spent 96 days in there, completed it. My whole time going through treatment, my only, I wanted to just fly under the radar, man, and get out and do what I knew what to do. I wanted to get out and get high. But when I did get out, I did stay clean for about a month and a half. I kept going down there every week, watching my buddies I went through the program with, watching them graduate and all that. And then it took that one half a lower set. I done one half a lower set, and the guilt, shame, and remorse set in. I did not want to go. I was on my way down there the next morning, and I got halfway, and I said, I can't do it. I told myself I can't do it. I can't go down there and be somebody that I'm not. You know, I got high last night.
Right.
And so I get up here. I get up there. I get back to the house, and it went full force again, man. Couldn't stop. Then about 3 months later, I caught my second DUI. I went on the run for probation and pro. They and I can't remember right, but for some reason I kept calling and checking in, and I finally ended up showing up down there for at probation and pro. Not to turn myself in, I just thought I was going in for a regular check-in after about 4 or 5 months, you know. And they arrested me. They was going to send me to prison. I ended up asking for drug court. They left me in jail for about another month. That's the judge said he would take it under consideration. I asked for drug court and got drug court. Again, I'm back out there doing what I wanted to do, even though I'm in drug court. You know, I was doing substances that they couldn't test for at the time.
Right.
Done that for about 8. I done that for. Let me think back. Hold on a minute. So I done that for a little while. Then I went back to work in the coal mines. One day I didn't have the substance that I was taking, and I felt a little under the weather, as they call dope sick.
Yeah.
And so I got introduced to a synthetic substance they call bath salt. Never was my type of stuff. You know what I mean? I was more of a oxy type of person. Never was a speed type.
No.
You know, but I got introduced to it, man, and I ain't gonna lie, I fell in love. I know it sounds crazy. I tell people all the time, what was your drug of choice? It ended up being a thing they call bath salt.
That was your drug of choice for real?
That was my drug of choice. It wasn't really bath salt, but they were, you know, it's the synthetic for cocaine and methamphetamine. Anyways, I was on it for about 8 months. During that 8 months, like I said, I was in drug court. My uncle was he was a part of my father figure. You know, I did have my dad, but my uncle was my mom's only brother, and he was he was a father figure to me too. He he got sick, man. You know, this guy, he wasn't just my uncle, he was my best friend and everything. You know, I could tell this guy anything, and he would listen to me and not tell nobody.
Yes.
Anyways, he got a little sick. Well, his leg was swollen up, man. We couldn't figure out what it was. He was disoriented at times. And I got locked up once in drug court on a sanction for like 6 days for not doing community service. And the day they told me to come get my stuff or pack my stuff I'm getting out, I called my mom, and she said, a Takado call, needed a ride. And I said, she said, I can't come get you. I'm on my way to Holston Valley. They're giving your uncle up to die. Oh, man, I didn't know what to think. You know, I got out. I ended up getting home. My uncle passed away that day, and I didn't get to tell him bye. And that still bothers me today, you know, but I know he's watching down on me, you know, seeing how good I'm doing today. But I caught a huge resentment towards God over that because he took my uncle away from me. And I didn't know who else to blame. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started using IV. I was bad shape. I was 6'5". I weighed about 175 pounds. My last mug shot, it's rough. Looked like ET standing there.
I seen it today. I was going to post it, but I didn't.
But anyways, man, I went full force, even more throughout that time. After about 2 months, I said that was in, I think that was in March. And then April, I ended up getting locked up again because I was going through a custody stuff with my kids, or DCBS case with my kids. And I was on this bath assault, and I got locked up again for not doing community service or something. Anyways, I was getting ready to get out, and drug court came down and talked to me and said, we had your DCBS worker test you specifically for bath salts, and you tested positive.
Wow.
We're going to send you to long-term treatment. I said, that's fine. Another 90 days, I get out and get to do what I want to again. But no, it was a 7.5 month program, Morehead, Kentucky.
No, not NYC.
Yes. I got there on the 3rd of July of 2012. And so, of course, 4th of July is my clean day. It's the first day I didn't put nothing in my body. And it's the best thing ever happened to me, man. I had some resentments. I didn't want to be there.
Right.
I still had that resentment towards God. And still to this day, I can't tell you, when you're going through those programs like that, you're working your steps. You have to work the steps in order to get to the end of the program, and it's all paperwork. And I didn't work it thoroughly. I didn't. But, I guess I worked it enough to lose that resentment towards God, and right. I started praying. I seen something. I seen these speakers coming in, doing what I'm doing tonight, sharing their story, and I wanted what they had. I wanted to live that life. I remember when I was in drug court high, and I'd walk in, they'll take a piss test or whatever. I would see those case managers and supervisors sitting over there. And I was thinking, I'd love to have their job one day. I'd love to be able to do that one day. Me high saying that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I go through MIC 7.5 months. I come home. It's different. I'm clean. I'm not working a program. I go to, there wasn't many meetings there then in Letcher County. But I made it through. I made it through with the best I could. I didn't use. Time goes on. So I've got a little over 10 years clean now. That first 3 years of my clean time, I did not work a program. Not NA, not AA, not CR, nothing. I worked Josh's program besides getting high. My higher power had to keep me clean. I don't know how I done it, but I was still living the lifestyle of an addict. I would still lie to you, manipulate you, cheat on you, do whatever I needed to do to make myself feel better about me.
Right. Right.
And I was actually working at a recovery center at the time. And this was after I completed drug court and stuff. Once I got out of treatment, I completed drug court and probation like it was nothing. But I started working in recovery, and that first 3 years, I didn't work a program. And it actually took a client at my recovery center I was working at to tell me I needed to get a sponsor because that client could point out and see how sick I was. And I'm the type of person, I don't like people to tell me what I have to do. I don't like people to tell me what to do. But I took his suggestion and I got a sponsor. I worked a few steps with this sponsor. I didn't work them thoroughly. I was working these steps and I was flying through them just so I could tell people I worked the steps. And I thought that was what recovery was all about. You're just getting there to do these steps. That's all you got to do. You write down your answers in these questions. That's all you had to do. I didn't know you had to live that lifestyle. The spiritual principles and everything. I didn't know it. I thought if you just wrote down your answers to these steps, that it's going to cure you.
No.
That was my thing. That was my thinking. So some things happened between me and that sponsor. I got another sponsor, awesome guy from Hazard. We went through the steps together up to about my 5th or 6th. I think should have been starting on my 6th step. I was going to meetings and stuff then. I was working a little bit of a program, but I wasn't. I have to say I was working my steps thoroughly then. There was some stuff came out on my 4th and 5th step that I'd never told anybody that I did tell him. And, but anyways, that's when I ended up moving to Somerset. No, let me back up just a little bit. So I start working at drug court. I leave the treatment center I was working at. I go work for drug court as a peer support specialist in Letcher County. You know, they still have, that's the same drug court I went through. They still had the old charts and everything from all the graduates and all that stuff. So I got nosy one day and pulled out my chart. I got back to looking, and I didn't fail a drug test for no bath salts whenever they came down there. They tricked me into telling on myself. They knew I was high. Man, I lost so much weight and was acting crazy. They knew I was high. So they tricked me into telling on myself.
Wow. How'd that make you feel?
Well, when I found out I'd been clean for a few years, so I was grateful. You know what I mean? That was God doing for me what I couldn't do for myself at that time.
Yes. Yes.
Because if I'd have got out of jail, I'd have went straight back to getting high. And anyways, so I leave drug court. I ended up meeting this awesome fiance I got now. Anyways, her eyes got real big. She looked at me. But I moved to Somerset and start working at a factory down here. You know, I'd been working in recovery for the last few years. I started working at a factory. I loved that job. You know, I loved the money, loved the people I worked with. But it just wasn't me. You know, I felt like my passion, I love working in recovery. So I felt like that's where I needed to be. I felt like I needed a change, even though there was a drug court position came open down here as a case manager. I ended up taking it, took a pay cut, but I wanted to help somebody.
Right.
That's when I learned what my purpose was for my life today, is helping another addict, alcoholic, whatever. So I take that case manager's job. So that's that job that I got, you know, whenever I was walking by those case managers and stuff back in the day, high, thinking I wanted their job. I'd love to be able to do what they're doing. Then here I am working at drug court, you know, being that case manager. 6 months later, I become the supervisor over drug court here in Pulaski County. Never did I think I'd ever be a supervisor over a drug court. And, but that was it, man. That I felt once I seen that, I knew let me back up. I started working at drug court. It wasn't maybe 2 or 3 months after I worked at drug court. I just realized after I moved to Somerset and got this job at drug court 2 years later, I realized I hadn't been working a program again. I quit calling my sponsor back in Hazard. I wasn't going to no meetings down here in Somerset for about 2 years. And then my fiance comes in. Hope she don't mind me telling this part of her story. But she comes in one day. It's during COVID. We're working from home. I'm down in my basement on my computer. She tells me she has breast cancer. I didn't know how to think. I didn't know what to do. My mind went stupid. That's when I realized I needed to get back in it. You know, I never had that. I mean, I went through some crazy stuff during my clean time. I've left out of my story, you know, going through a divorce, unexpected divorce and everything, you know, and all that, but with some deaths and all this. But her coming home and telling me that she had breast cancer tore my world upside down at me clean. I went to a meeting that night, or no, probably not that night. It was like the next day or something. I found a meeting down here. I went to it. And I went to this meeting for about a month or two, and I ended up switching sponsors and getting a new sponsor. And I don't know, man. Just I remember going to these meetings after she told me that, and I was always going to these meetings and just bitching about everything, ranting and raving and cussing and just mad at the world, man.
Right.
Until I heard another addict share one day that coming to these meetings, you know, about how people share in meetings, you know, and it should be, you know, what's going on in your life and what you're doing to fix it. And ever since that day, that stuck with me. And that's what I see. That's what I go off of when I share in a meeting. You know, I share about something that I've went through, whatever the reading says or whatever. I share about something that's going on in my life, and then I share about, you know, how I handled that situation, you know, to show the other addict that
it's possible,
hope, man. Yeah, it's possible. But I've left out so much, man. But this journey, I get our reading tonight at this meeting was about responsibility, our responsibility in recovery. Do I like it? No, I don't like taking responsibility, man. I suck at responsibility. You know what I'm saying? But we know what we have to. I know what I have to do, in order to
Yes.
stay sane here for my family and for my workplace and just for my life in general. I got custody of my kids today. You know,
Amen. Amen.
I'm buying a house right now.
Loan me 100, huh?
I know, right? Ashley said I got a Mustang out in the garage. I got a Mustang and 2 other vehicles that's in our name. They're tagged and insured. Know? Ashley's over here telling me my story. But life is awesome, man. I never thought that life would be so good after going through the madness like we did. I'm thinking life is so awesome then. And then you get clean and, I didn't realize how miserable I was in the madness until I've been clean for a few years.
Yeah.
And I don't like waking up dope sick, man. I don't like robbing my mom and robbing my dad. I remember going through my mama and papa's cabinets, man, when one of them had cancer. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember being there visiting and going through their cabinets to see if they had any medicine in there.
Yeah.
Them with cancer. I don't like living that life. This
No.
life right here that I'm living today, helping another addict, that is my passion. I swear I get higher today helping another addict. I get higher today off the adrenaline of it than I ever did in the madness.
Yeah.
And just the people I surround myself with today, man, my friends, my work family, my family at home, I go to church. I mean, it's I still got a mouth like a sailor, but I go to church today, you know what I mean? But that reading, talking about responsibilities, I prayed on my way home from the meeting a while ago. I do that about every time I leave a meeting at night. That's my time to talk to my higher power. And I prayed, and I'm grateful for my responsibilities today.
Mm-hmm.
Still a bunch of things that I need to work on, especially patience and anger. I found that out today. But just life's great today, man. I love life. I love everybody that's in my life today. I love my job today. My job, helping me stay clean is seeing these new clients come in, calling me on the phone saying, "Hey, Josh, I need help. Have you got a bed?" And them coming in sick, broken, beaten.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do with life, and I'm able to bring them into our program and watch them change. Watch their train of thought change. My sponsor pointed out to me, my first step that I dropped with this new sponsor, he told me, "Josh, your thinking's messed up." my thinking?
What? No.
My thinking's not messed up. But ever since he told me that, boy, that stuck with me, because I still get up in my head today over certain situations. And it's all because of my thinking.
Yeah.
All right, I was getting a phone call on Facebook just now.
Yeah, I see you. You're back.
But my recovery life today, man, it's awesome. Like I told you earlier, I hate when people ask me to share my story. But it's a beautiful thing. That's what I love to do, because if it just helps that one person, man,
Yep.
that one person could maybe help another person, and it just keeps going. But I'm sure I left out a lot.
So where you work at today? What's your responsibility for him? I mean, what do you do today?
Oh, well, I work at Protea Behavioral Health and Counseling, man. I'm the intake specialist. They call me, I get referrals, and I get them in there. I get them in to help them change their life, man. That's my responsibility today.
Got a lot of responsibilities, don't you?
I love it, though. I wouldn't have it no other way. I love my job. Yeah. And then this right here. I've got 3 kids. I got 4 dogs. That's more responsibilities I got today. And then I got Coop. Coop came up to hang out with me tonight. But it's a beautiful life, man.
It is, man. And I'm grateful for you. Grateful for your friendship, man. Grateful for you always answering the phone. And you brought up cancer, and we'll talk about that, because what's wild is that's part of my story, because I was diagnosed in 2012, man, and I gave up on life. But number one, I didn't have nobody to talk to. Number two, I just closed the world up, and I hated God and everything like that. But you was able to be there for someone else, not for yourself, but for someone else, and walk through every step. Now, if we was in the madness, which I was in the madness back when I got diagnosed, but that is a huge responsibility. That is a huge selfless act, because you just handled that situation. You was there for another person, and just you got through it.
If I was in the madness during that situation, I would have turned the tables around. Even though she had cancer, I'd have been the victim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because I would want people to baby me, and that's who I was, man. But I do want to say today that she is in the last time, or time before last, that she went to her doctor's appointment. What's that called? Remission. Yeah, she is now in remission.
That's awesome.
She does, they said she does not have no cancer in her body.
Yeah.
And like I said, that was a big negative situation, I'm going to call it, I guess you would say. But you wouldn't believe the stuff that came out of that negative situation. It brought me and her closer. It brought us closer to our higher power.
Yeah.
It brought us closer to our family. It made us have some gratitude. I still forget today. Whenever I get in those pissed off situations today, I forget about gratitude, man.
Oh, I know.
I love being mad sometimes.
Listen, you ain't alone, bro. I can relate to your story so much, man, because I used to work in the coal field back in the day, setting spads, back when I surveyed. And I remember we'd go up in them hollers, man, and the rumor on the coal field is the guy sitting down at the bottom of the hill in that new truck is the peel dealer. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we could get whatever we want coming in, whatever we wanted coming out. But I was like you. I had a lot of fun in the madness, man. But the fun led to misery, to a habit, to stealing. And I used to go to my uncle's house, man, and like I was going to see the family, and all I was wanting to do, I had to use the bathroom, and I had to go to your bathroom, and I was going through the medicine cabinets, man, no matter whose house I went to. And you talk about people trusting in you. That dude let you use his truck, had the house key, had this and had that. And that's the addict alcoholic thinking, man. Like, this guy just gave us the key to everything he's got. And we're so sick and selfish and just a piece of crap. We go in there in somebody's house and steal stuff because it's our friend, or thinks he ain't going to do nothing to me. I'm going to bust the back window out. Where'd you go? Where's he at? I lost you, Josh.
Phone calls, man.
There you are.
Phone calls.
And we're so smart, we want to bust the back window out of the door or whatnot, act like somebody broke in, knowing good and damn well they're going to know. Like, that is the behavior. Like today, when we wake up, we don't think about stealing nothing. Like, we're not going to go in the dollar store and steal deodorant. Who does that for real? Steal deodorant and cologne.
This guy.
I mean, think about that for a minute. That's like getting flashlight.
With a pocket full of money. Full of money.
Just to get away with it. But, it's just amazing that, the 10 years that you just celebrated, man. Like, that's awesome. I thought I knew that, but I wasn't for sure. It's why I didn't announce it. But, it's just amazing to be on this journey with you, man, and to see what you're doing. Like, you give me hope. Like, I got a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. It drives me crazy. I couldn't imagine having 3 other dogs and like, I got a wife tells me what to do, and I don't like being told what to do. She's my financial advisor, and she does it all. But I know my own thinking got me homeless 6.5 years ago, ready to commit suicide. And I got to let my pride and ego down and understand I'm not always right. You're not always right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what does Josh do when Josh gets up? How do you get your day started?
I come in here and I sit by myself, drink my coffee, and that's my meditation, man. I pray, I meditate, and that's my time. That's what I do before I get my kids up, because that's before Ashley gets up. I sit here in my recliner, I drink my coffee, and I got a chair full of dogs on me, man, about 4 of them. But that's my time. I'm the type of person, I don't want you to talk to me in the mornings until I get my coffee in me and my cigarette.
No.
But once I do, man, that's how I start my day off.
You know, and
I got a routine though. You know, still today, even though I've been clean this long, if you mess up my routine, oh man, it pisses me off.
I don't see you getting mad. You hear me? Like I see a big soft teddy bear for real.
Well, I mean, I can be. Can be.
I'm just messing with you, man. But you know, I appreciate you coming on here, man. Appreciate you telling your story.
I appreciate you asking me, man. I hate it, but I love it. It's a love-hate relationship telling my story. You know what I mean?
I know. And it's crazy that I relate to your story a whole lot. And we'll get into that, you know, later on. But keep doing what you're doing, man. You and Ashley are doing big things, man. Just listen to your boss. You hear me?
I hear you. Which one?
Your wife, your fiance. You know who?
She better listen to me, bro.
But listen, we're going to close out, man, and give us a hope shot. If there's somebody that tunes in on my YouTube channel, Facebook, whatever, just say they catch the end of this live. What is the hope shot for that one that we're going after that you can try to touch them?
It's possible. You know, there is hope. I went from that, you know, I got forced to get clean. And they always say, you got to want it. You got to want it. But I got forced by the courts to get clean. And within my little bit of time there in treatment, that's when I wanted it. You know, you got to change your life, man. There's so many. Okay, so this is my hope shot right here. I tell many people this, seriously. We got one chance to live the life that we're living today. There's no sense in living in misery, man. Let's live this life happy, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. It's beautiful. It really is.
It is.
That's my hope. That's what I got to say to people. If you need help, if you want to change your life, call me. You know, Mike gave his number out a while ago. Mine's 606-485-9323. Call me anytime. We can get you some help somewhere or another.
Tag team back again. Check it directly. Let's begin. Well, listen, man, I love you all. I will see you all the 30th this Sunday. Fall into recovery trunk or treat. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. If any questions, send me a message. I'll get you the address. Is it at the Protea Auto Mart?
It's at the BHC, yeah.
Okay.
Light 1.
Stoplight 1, huh?
Is it US 27?
Yeah. Well, listen, Josh, I love you. Thank you, man. I'm going to exit out of here, and I will see you this Sunday.
All right, brother. Love you, man.
See you, bro. Thanks.
See you, brother.
Bye. Yes, sir. Josh Tackett got a powerful story, man. What's crazy is I can relate to his story like he just told my story. And I never knew that because tonight was the first time I heard his story. But 10 years, you know what I'm saying? 10 years without putting a substance in his body. Anybody that thinks recovery is not possible, you're doing something wrong. Like he said it. I'm going to say it. We have bad days. We have bad moments. My wife gets on my nerves. His fiance gets on his nerves. My kids get on my nerves. Got responsibilities showing up. My boss is saying I'm not doing something right. Rob Fields is calling me. Protea is doing this. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. We ain't got a drink or drug. We have a support group, a fellowship. I got 500 numbers in my phone I can call. Say, hey, bro, my kid won't shut up. What do I need to do? And they're not going to tell me to take that kid and throw him off the back porch. They're going to say, listen, bro, love him, feed him, milk, change diaper, whatever. But that's the point of the matter is, man, my friends in my circle today, they want to see me grow, my wife grow, my family grow. And they don't want nothing from us. Like teamwork. I can't do nothing, but we can. Anybody in these comments, if you're struggling, you're going through something, man, hit anybody up in these comments. And I promise you, they're going to give you the right suggestion because they can relate to your problems. I myself will not give you a suggestion if I've not been through it. How can I speak on how to handle a situation when I've never rode that roller coaster? Some people will tell you what to do and they don't even know what you're talking about. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. If I can't relate, I'm going to send you to somebody that can. But listen, if you're out there struggling, 859-300-1503, Protea Behavior and Health Counseling. We have beds available, male, female, IOP, sober living. inpatient, it don't matter. If you want help, help is available. I'm going to get in these comments, give some shout outs here. I've seen some people in here. I forgot who it was. Sid Mosley, I see you. Sid Mosley, yes, sir. Listen, I probably shouldn't have said his name, but I really don't care. Me and Sid go way back, bro. Like Lily Pitts, you hear me, on four wheelers. I love you, man. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But listen, Bambi Adams in here, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Rob Fields, we love you. Protea family, we love you. Let me get down here in the bottom of these comments, man. This weekend, Somerset, Kentucky, Sunday, 4 p.m. Timothy Sanders, I see you. Love you, man. Who else is in here? My little brother, Corbin, I love you, man. Thanks for watching. Who else? We're going to close out. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for sharing this out. Thank you all for watching. Without you all, this podcast wouldn't be nothing. Me and my wife loves you. Team Satan loves you. And we're going to exit out. I'm not going to say I will see you next Monday because I don't know if I'll be live next Monday, but I'm going to try to be. But anyway, thank you all for your support. Shout out to everybody. Listen, take that first step. Get help. I'm out of here. Love y'all.
You ain't got cold chill, something's wrong with you. Gotta know it. You in the wrong building. Know where to turn.
I could really use a friend right now. Yeah, I just need a friend. I'm staring at my window pane. I'm staring at my window pane. I could use a friend. I could use a friend. I just need a friend right now. I'm staring at my window pane.
I'm counting raindrops, like where's God at? When will the pain stop? Like when will this be over?